Welcome to Voice of the Inland Empire, your weekly adventure into the who, what, where, and why of our Southern California communities. Coming to you from the voice marketing and printing office and studio located in the heart of historic downtown Upland. Today, we are joined by the owner of Sycamore Ranch Vineyard and Winery located in Crestline, California, to discuss the amazing success they've had with the 2019 Sunset Magazine International Wine Competition. Folks, they are the big winners and they're right here in our backyard. And we're going to learn about the winery, the types of wines they make there, as well as maybe even taste a couple of the gold medal winning wines. Now, be sure to check out our website at voiceoftheinlandempire.com, where you'll find a complete listing of all the times and days our show can be enjoyed, as well as an archive of past shows and guests. We also want to thank our landlord, TMP Enterprises, and our realtor, Diana Kissling. If you have thought about opening or moving your business to the beautiful historic downtown or anywhere in Upland, give Diana a call at 909-264-9227. That's 909-264-9227. We have a great show lined up for you today, so don't go away. We will be right back. Hi, I'm Ron Stark. I own one of the fastest growing, most creative ad agencies in the region, Voice Marketing. Check us out online at voicemktg.com. We work with clients ranging from the county of San Bernardino to the star of the hit TV show Hoarders. Call or email me personally at the phone number or email address below, and check out my TV show, Voice of the Inland Empire, on Charter Cable and online. I am so thrilled to introduce our next guest. For those that have been following the show for any length of time, you know I am a lover of all things wine, and we are joined today by Richard Crumwitty, who is the winemaker and owner of Sycamore Ranch Vineyard and Winery in, of all places, Crestline, California. Richard, welcome to the show.
Well, thanks a lot, Ron.
You know, we have, well, it's actually a relative of yours and a friend of mine that reached out to me and told me that your winery had just won some really major awards. But before we talk about those, I wasn't even, and I thought I knew all the wineries in the area. Tell us a little bit about your winery, but more importantly, the story of how your winery began, which I think is fascinating.
Sure. Well, I actually have another career as a landscape architect. We live in an area in Crestline that is called Dark Canyon. It's a beautiful area. We had 3.5 acres. We had a lot of pine trees. It's gently rolling terrain. And the bark beetle got them and killed about 100 of them.
And I remember that was in the news. I mean, that was a few years ago. And it wasn't just your I mean, it was widespread throughout that area.
It was big.
Yeah.
A lot of brown in the forest.
Ah.
So my wife and I have always loved wine and wine touring, and we always gravitated to Central Coast, to Napa, Sierra Foothills. And one thing that Sierra Foothills reminded me very much of where we live, and we were adding a guest suite downstairs, and I was looking at this barren slope now and thinking, well, what am I going to do with it? And I thought, well, we love looking at vineyards. Let's plant a Zinfandel vineyard down here. So we terraced it.
Now, why Zin?
Because much like the Sierra Foothills, say El Dorado area, Shenandoah Valley, the climate where we live is very, very similar.
Got it.
So we're right at snow level. We get more of a desert influence, so we get more sun than fog. And I just thought, well, what the heck, let's try it.
See, and I didn't realize you could raise grapes at that elevation.
You can. They go dormant, just like any other deciduous plant. We do get a little winter damage. We do get budding about a month later, and our harvest is about a month later than it would be down here. So it kind of pushes the envelope.
But the yields are still about the same.
They're about the same. We get bigger concentration, more color, thicker skins, more phenolics. Matter of fact, this isn't what I'm here to talk about. We also planted a Syrah vineyard later.
Oh, okay.
So the Syrah and Zinfandel, we pick those on the same day every year. We've co-fermented them. We called Altitude 4576. And even last year it won a gold at LA International, 92 points, and it's been, since it's so small, it's one of our most exclusive wines.
All right, so moving back to the story, so you guys decide, we like looking at them, and a lot of people do, so you planted the vineyard, and then decided, let's test our hands at winemaking?
We did, because the area where we live is predominantly old apple orchards. It's about the same elevation as Oak Glen. So I had been making hard cider on the side just for fun. It was turning out pretty well, and I thought, well, winemaking can't be that hard. It's fruit juice, just like the cider. So we started making it, and I got to tell you, it wasn't very good the first few times. And being a landscape architect, my home had been featured in Sunset Magazine before, and I had a professional photographer who submitted some pictures to Organic Gardening, and they wanted to do a photo shoot on us doing organic grape stomping and making a wine. So that was the first batch, and we didn't pick it ripe enough, and it was not good at all.
But, learning experience.
It was, completely.
And then how did you move from it wasn't very good at all to we're winning awards everywhere?
Well, okay. That's a good question, and I'll
give me the
try and make a point to that. So I was at a winemaker's dinner. There was one of the vineyard owners was there. I asked him, do you ever sell grapes to home winemakers? I want to make better wine. I want to buy good fruit. And he's from Paso Robles. I pointed to a group behind me, said, that group buys grapes from me, talk to them. So I did. They had a co-op that they had set up.
Oh, nice.
I was invited to their home. I checked it out and I thought, voila, that's a great idea. Why don't I try doing that? So I approached about 12 of my friends. Next thing I know, I have 20 co-op members. We're buying, I don't know, forget what it was, maybe 3 tons the first year of grapes.
And then you're fermenting and bottling and doing it all yourself.
We would go get the grapes, bring them back, crush the stem, ferment, press, barrel age, bottle is one big group.
Wow.
So we did that for about 3 years. And in 2015, I was getting pretty serious about it because we were winning a lot of amateur awards, different competitions. And I thought, well, let's try this professionally. And then I also had enrolled through UC Davis, has a 2-year winemaking certificate program. So I finished that a couple of years ago, and that really aided.
Now, did you go up there for that, or is that online?
It's a distance learning program, but I got to tell you, it was harder than my degree at Cal Poly.
Wow.
A lot of science, a lot of reading, a lot of homework. It's not for the faint of heart, but it really did, I think, give me the tools to be a better winemaker.
Well, I want to take a break here, and when we come back, I want to talk about your winery and vineyard as it is today, talk about some of the awards you're winning, and the fact that people can come up. I mean, who doesn't like going up to the Crestline area?
Right.
People can go up there and visit and actually taste.
Oh, yeah.
So don't go away. The best part of this conversation is yet to come. We'll be right back. Hi, I'm Ron Stark, known as the voice of the Inland Empire. We've been on the air for almost 20 years, interviewing and discussing important people, places, and things in the IE. Our show was recently covered by Inland Empire magazine. Check us out on Charter Cable or visit our website at voiceoftheinlandempire.com or on Facebook or YouTube by searching Voice of the Inland Empire. We are back and chatting with Richard Crumwitty, who is the owner, proprietor, winemaker for the Sycamore Ranch Vineyard and Winery. And Richard, in the first segment, we heard kind of your story, which is fascinating. From, we've got these bare slopes, let's plant some vines, and the wine didn't turn out that good, to now we're winning awards everywhere, which is a great story. So tell us now a little bit about your winery and vineyard as it is today, and some of these awards, one you just recently took.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, where the winery is today, we converted a building on the property into a full winery. We have a tasting room, we have barrel rooms, warehouse area. We have tastings by appointment there. Generally do that Friday through Sunday. We have designated time slots, 11 a.m., 1 p.m., 3 p.m. The path to getting there from that amateur level was going from a small amount of grapes to, like last year, we did roughly 12 tons or 24,000 pounds of grapes.
Oh my gosh.
Came through on our crush pad. So we have contracts with growers. We make, I love Rhone wines, so we do Syrah, Grenache, Mourvedre, we do Viognier, we do Roussanne.
Viognier, oh that's right, because you're bringing it in from growers. I love Viognier.
And then we also make Cabernet Sauvignon, Primitivo, Petit Verdot, Petit Syrah, Merlot.
Nice.
So of those, we monitor the grapes as they're ripening. So I'll get monthly reports as the grapes start ripening. You check grapes as far as we have agreements to pick them at a certain level of sugar. And in grapes, it's called Brix, B-I-R-S.
The Brix, right. Uh-huh.
So there are other things that go on with grapes too to know that they're ripe, like acid levels and pH, but that's predominantly what we check. And when we know that it's about ready to go, we try and pick at about 24.5 to 25.5 Brix. I like to make a nice, big, bold wine.
Now, is that for all the varietals?
Pretty much.
Really?
Pretty much. We'll do some rosés too. We'll pick a little bit lighter for that, and the whites. But on the reds, definitely a little bit bigger. So we'll go up the day before, it's picked in the morning, we truck it back with dry ice, crushed to stem, we ferment, press, barrel age, we have a bottling truck that comes up from Temecula, and it's like a factory in the truck. So they'll hook up to our tanks, and within about 4 hours, we've bottled 500 to 600 cases of wine, labeled, capsuled, you know, just like this. And
I love your label.
They're beautiful. And that was actually one of the reasons I went professionally too. We had this co-op, and I'd spend so much time making these wines, and we'd have these parties put them together, and all the labels are crooked, they're not filled exactly right. So it's been a real quality control issue now of really coming up with some good wines.
So tell me about some of the awards that you're winning, including the most recent one.
Sure. Well, I'll start with, we enter into the Los Angeles International Wine Competition. Usually they have anywhere from 2,600 to 2,800 wines entered from over 800 wineries from all over the U.S. and internationally. In that competition this year, we won 3 golds, 1 best of class, 95 points for our Primitivo. Also, our Petit Verdot won a gold, and our Syrah won a gold.
Wow.
I won't get into the silvers and all that other stuff, but then we found out from Orange County Fair that we won another 4 gold medals there for our SGM, or our Rhone blend. Our Viognier won a gold.
So the SGM, Syrah, Grenache, Mourvedre.
Syrah, exactly. And we've just done really well with that. And it's kind of a fluke. A few years ago, some of my buddies, competitors, I'd seen that they'd entered into Sunset Magazine, their International Wine Awards, and culmination of that is they do an issue, October, November, food and wine, and it's a big deal.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, let's enter this. And I kind of waited the last minute because we're small, we're not flush with cash, and it's an expensive business to do this between barrels and grapes and everything else. So I decided to pull the trigger at the last minute. I got the wines in. I decided to enter 4 of them, the 4 that I liked the best, I thought showed the best. And they were judged 2 days later. And I kind of forgot about it until last week. And I got this email from Sunset International saying that, you know, it listed our medals. It said Grenache, it said double gold, 97 points. And
For
I started,
a Grenache?
Yeah, and I was reading it a little bit more, and I hit the link, and I go, whoa, they gave us best of the best, best of Chaux Red, best of class, double gold. And I wrote them back, and I said, does this mean that our little winery won the #1 spot out of 2,700 wines at the top of that pyramid?
How many?
2,700 wines.
Wow.
And they said, yeah, exactly. So
from that first batch you made that wasn't very good to today, we've come a long way.
We've come a long way, and it's been surprising, rewarding. It's really great to see the people come to the winery, taste it, enjoying it.
So what are these?
You know, I thought I'd share a couple of these award-winning wines.
Oh, no, I can't really. Okay.
So I thought first, since good wine steward, I'd pour the lighter one. This is our Grenache. This is what Sunset rated. It's 97 points and their best of their show.
Now, what region did these grapes come from?
Our Grenache is from Ballard Canyon, which is Santa Barbara County.
Okay.
Ballard Canyon is just east of Solvang. And it's really well known. It's a very small AVA, American viticultural area, really well known for Grenache and Syrah.
It's got a really nice, light, flowery aroma. Oh my gosh. What vintage is that?
This is a 2017. So it sat in barrel for a year. They used American oak, 1 new barrel. We only did 2 barrels of it. We only made 33 cases of it.
Wow.
Half of 1 barrel went into our SGM blend, the Syrah Grenache Morbid, and I bottled this on its own.
And you did this in new oak?
1 new barrel and 1 2-year-old barrel.
Nice. Char?
It's a medium plus toast. And just very, very nice.
You know, this is drinkable now, but lay this down for a couple of years, it's going to really get amazing.
Mm-hmm.
This is really...
Yeah, I like in Grenache too, if you like Pinot, you're probably going to like Grenache. It's a little softer, a little lighter. I liken it to a beautiful woman too. It's more curvy, it's softer, it's nice on the eyes, it's not muscular.
Now look at that color, beautiful color.
Yeah.
Okay, I only finished that because we had to make room for the other.
So our Primitivo,
no one's really going to believe that, are they? Okay.
Yeah, and you know what? Last year, our Grenache also won double gold best of class at LA International too, and was rated 94 points. So we're doing something right with that.
That's
varietal.
just not, because Grenache is a varietal, right?
Yes.
It's not a blend. That's not a varietal that you hear a lot about.
No, and neither is Primitivo. So
No.
Primitivo is the Italian clone, basically, of Zinfandel. And you can only call it Primitivo in California or the U.S. if it comes from the Italian clone or budwood from Italy.
Even if it's grown here. It has to come from the original vines that came from Italy.
Now, Italians can export Primitivo here, and they can call it Zinfandel, but we can't call Primitivo Zinfandel unless it's, well, I mean, we can't call it Primitivo unless it's Primitivo.
Well, it's like champagne. Unless it's from Champagne, you're not supposed to call it that. It's sparkling wine.
So this is a little bit bigger production. We usually do about 115 cases of this
a year. That is really dark.
And this is from Paso Robles, the grapes. I usually blend in case of this vintage, 15%.
From which growing region in Paso?
This is from Geneseo District, which is the east side, east of the 101.
Okay.
And we source the grapes on this from Sculptura Vineyards. There's 15% Petite Syrah, which really amps up kind of the berry pie signature.
Oh, yeah.
And this is on half French oak and half American oak.
Half French, half American. Oh, that is, you know, for people that are just starting to make the transition from the sweeter whites to the red, this would be a great transitional red. because it's got a lot of fruitiness to it.
I'm glad you like it. It's one of our biggest sellers.
Oh, and what year is this?
This is a 2017 also. So
Wow.
all of our wines except for our Cabernet, we do a 2-year barrel program on French oak. Our other wines, we do a 1-year barrel program prior to bottling.
So if someone wants more information on your winery, I understand your wine members list, it has a wait list, but if they want to schedule an appointment to bring some friends, come up, how do they do any of that? You have a website.
Sure, we do, and like you mentioned, we do have a wait list. We have a wine club. Due to demand, we had to put a wait list on it. So we have 180 members in there right now. We have, like I mentioned, the tasting room. So you would call the tasting room at 909-338-1725, or you can go onto our website, which is www.sycamoreranch.com, and you can make a request or try and book an appointment through there.
And bring a group, right?
Yeah, you can bring a group. We go through 6 different wines. I haven't talked about it so much, but I mentioned we have apple orchards there too. We make hard cider, so we do 6 wines and a hard cider.
Now here's the big question. If I bring a group and I'm doing the wine tasting, can I bring my own food?
You can. You can bring
Like
your
some
own
cheese,
meats,
crackers.
We have areas outside that you can sit and enjoy that. You can have them in the tasting room. Matter of fact, we encourage you to do that because wine is much better with food.
Absolutely. And what's fun is to go to a place like your winery, do the tasting, pick a couple bottles that you like, purchase them, then go outside and picnic with the food you brought and enjoy a bottle or two.
Yeah, you can. Although we have to be responsible because, you know, we have to watch what people do.
Right, and people do have to drive back down the hill.
They do. But it's beautiful forest setting, beautiful landscape areas. We're really proud of it. It's a family affair. My wife, Elizabeth, is my partner with it. My daughter works in the tasting room. We have another gentleman, Devin, and I'm an assistant winemaker and a whole bunch of staff. There's so much work that goes into it beyond what people see.
Most people have not only are you vintners and winemakers, you're farmers.
We are.
And most people who don't understand that whole side of the equation. You're up at dawn and
We're so busy, I don't even know. I'm still doing landscape architecture. I'm working 7 days a week right now trying to do this. The original goal was, because I don't like to sit around, is work my way out of a architecture design group that I started in 1991, and then work my way into something that I really truly enjoy, that I can closer to home, that I don't have to commute, because I've been commuting down to Rancho Cucamonga for 20 some odd years.
And what a great retirement.
It is.
Running your wine. I mean, that's not even work. Well, it is, but if you love it.
It is, and the reaction we get from the people is just fantastic too.
All right, well, I'm going to plan my trip up there with a group, and I urge everyone else to do the same. The web address and phone number one more time?
Web address, www.sycamore, that's SYCAMORE, ranch.com. And the phone number for the tasting room is 909-338-1725. Please leave a message. We'll get back to you just as soon as possible and make an appointment with you.
All right. Let's plan a group. Let's get a whole group of Voice of the Inland Empire viewers, and we'll go up there and we'll enjoy. Richard, thank you so much. And next time you win some major awards, let me know. I'll invite you back. Not so much because I want to interview you, but I want to taste the wine.
That sounds great.
Thank
you very much.
Don't go away. We have more to come. We'll be right back. Hi, I'm Ron Stark, known by many as the voice of the Inland Empire, but I also own one of the fastest growing, most creative ad agencies in the region, Voice Marketing. Check us out online. We work with clients ranging from the county of San Bernardino to the star of the hit TV show Hoarders. We specialize in both business to business and business to consumer marketing. If you'd like more customers, call or email me personally, and let's talk. What's Upland visits today with the local baker, and we are joined by Amy, and Lewis is in the back preparing the wonderful delicacies. So Amy, you guys have been here for like a really long time.
Yes, we have been here since 2006, so it's a little over 12 years already.
Nice, nice. And tell us a little bit about the local baker.
The local baker is a family-owned cafe. We make almost everything from scratch.
Wow.
We have breakfast, we have lunch, we have dinner, we do cakes, and we do caterings as well.
And I think most people, mostly because of your name, tend to think of you as just a baker, but you're not. I've come in here for breakfast. I've come in here to get an assortment of items. If I have a meeting at my office in the morning, you have lunches. Your pizza and spaghetti is to die for. And you guys do something, I think it's Tuesday nights?
We have a special on Tuesday. It all depends on what Lewis have in mind, but you can think of anything from Korean barbecue. We have some pulled pork, we have corned beef, and we're creating a whole lot of menu every Tuesday. We call it the secret menu. Just ask.
And what time does Tuesday night dinner start and end?
It's actually, our menu is open almost from morning till night. So
Okay.
if you want to have lunch and dinner and lunch and breakfast at dinner, as long as Lewis is in the kitchen, which he
Okay,
is
so if I
every day.
came here Tuesday for lunch, I could have your secret dinner?
Yes.
Oh, okay, very cool. And then what are your hours?
Our hours are from 7 to 7, Monday through Saturday, and then Sunday at 8 to 2.
Nice. Now, talk to me a little bit about catering, because you, again, don't just do pastries and sweets. You can cater virtually anything.
We can do between 50 to 200 catering, depending on the dates, but definitely it is doable. As long as you give me a heads up, we can take care of it for you.
All right, so you're the best pastries in town. You have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I love your bagels and cream cheese personally. And, you know, for anyone that's in the area around, and there's a lot of great restaurants here in Old Town, but if they haven't had dinner here, they've got to check you out.
They have to come down here and check us out, definitely.
All right, Amy, and do you guys have a website or a Facebook page?
We do have a Facebook. It's under Local Baker and Cafe. Just like us.
All right, yeah. So visit them on Facebook, give them a like, and anytime you're in Old Town Upland, come on down, check them out. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and you can have dinner for breakfast, breakfast for dinner, lunch. Can you have lunch for lunch?
Oh, heck yeah.
You can do that too. Okay, I just wanted to be sure. So from the local baker, we say, come on down and give them a try.
Thank you.
What a great show. I so enjoyed chatting with all of our guests, and especially want to thank you for tuning in and watching. Check out our website at voiceoftheinlandempire.com for the times and places our show can be seen, as well as catching it on social media or just watching them right online. When you're at our website, click the archive page and you'll see current and past shows, years worth. Hope you enjoy. And while you're at our website, drop us an email. We'd love to hear from you. Your thoughts, comments, ideas, suggestions for guests. Our guests need to be non-commercial in nature and have topics of broad general interest. And once again, we want to thank our friends at TMP Enterprises, our landlord, and our realtor, Diana Kissling. If you're looking to open a business or move a business into the beautiful historic downtown Upland or anywhere in Upland, give Diana a call at 909-264-9227. Again, Diana Kissling, 909-264-9227. So until next time, this is Ron Stark reminding you to be productive, care for your world and the people around you, work hard, find time for fun, but always remember to give back whatever and whenever you can. Until next time, goodbye for now.